Twitter, they are crying about Ubisoft excluding women in Assassin's Creed. And Ubisoft, of course, like most companies usually do, when Twitter complains, apologizes to Twitter. This is the problem with most companies now. Most companies have basically bowed down to the new audience that don't really buy games or watch movies. Twitter. And that's why every movie and game now, and now even most games now, by bigger companies are woke. Most movies now are woke. A lot of TV shows now are woke because they keep bowing down to these 10 people on Twitter. So, of course, Ubisoft has spent the much of the so a deal of reports of bad things happening in the company, but also a video about all the Assassin's Creed products who have mastered the hidden blade. But of course, Twitter, of course, cried and whined because of course it says Twitter. And we all know when it's on Twitter, they'll cry and whine until they get their way. Because that's basically how, it's funny how the parents never taught them to don't throw a fit and not get your way, but that's basically what Twitter does now all day. All they do is cry and whine until they get their way, so they can have their wokeness, they can have their feminism in the movies and other stuff in the movies and games. The Blade is back. Assassin's Creed UK Twitter account tweeted out promoting the fact that yeah, showing all the characters in the game, but of course Twitter said no. Oh, we gotta cry. Why? Why did we throw? Oh, no woman in the trailer. How dare you? Including Aveline, the style of Assassin's Creed Liberation, the first in the series to style a female assassin. To Ubisoft back in the second tweet, we could miss some great people because, of course, if it wasn't for the Twitter, Twitter crying and whining, basically, they would not put them in. Okay, if this was like 10 years ago, no one would care. But of course, this is the Twitter age. Of course, the five people on Twitter would complain and cry and whine until they get their way. Okay? And the problem is these companies continue to bow down to them, continue to bend the knee to these people on Twitter. Okay? And the thing is, the characters they excluded from spin-offs that no one bought. Assassin's Creed 3 Liberation, that was a PS Vita game. Assassin's Creed Chronicles China, don't really bought those games. Syndicate, that was I think, was that the 360 version? And Origins. And yeah, they're gonna cry and whine. That's all Twitter does now, okay? And they were saying, oh, if we diminish these characters, the importance of them to the Assassin's Creed, we gotta cry until we get our way, okay? And I bet that's probably what it was. Twitter's like, where is the woman characters? Where are they? And most people said, oh, cool, assassins. But most of the first ones were probably the 5 people on Twitter complaining and crying that the female assassins were not on there. This is the problem. These companies continue to listen to Twitter. They continue to listen to these people on Twitter. Twitter's going to just continue and die off. And yeah, that's basically it. Goodbye.